Everybody. We're gonna go ahead and tag up JBLs up here. I want to show off Striker JBL, so let's do it. We thank Superfly for his sacrifice. He is gonna graciously take an L for us here. So this is what we're running: triple red, which to start. Get another 2 MP from Andre, and then we get Leo. We're going Whaley, his strength 12 from just our trainers. Our moments, we have another 6, so we'll have times 18s. We have 2 moments that are going to be active, the beer bath and the ministry. That's all we're getting from the moments. The other moment itself is a feud moment, so that does nothing for us. JBL has no gear. On the strap, we are running a 40% because it's the best we could do for right now. I am not stripping Haku's strap for JBL, although they both hit very close as far as damage is concerned. But we are going to be running the 40% with the black X-Break gem plate and tier 6 metals. As we can see, our opponent, we're going against equal hype. So Superfly's got Madness that we'll be going against with a Hype 3. We are Hype 3 on the JBL. We do have class advantage, so there's going to be a slight uptick because of that. Let's make sure we've got our promoter. We do. Excellent. Okay. And yeah. So we're not running with the ministry buff right now, and I'm going to be honest, this is a work in progress for me. Powerhouse, I don't think I've got a 250 promoter. I think that's the one I'm working on right now. So what's cool with this is y'all are going to get to see the benefit of going against a trickster. Because of our class advantage, we get an additional +3 to our multiply gems. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and lay out our X-Break. And 1, 2, 3. I like to do a packet of 6. It doesn't matter. You could go right in the middle there. We are, run 1 row shifted off the middle, but that is perfectly fine. And now you just make a ring around your X's. And we should have 1 more. And this is because of Howdy. So we're going to throw it on a black. Make sense? All right, now we're going to buff those to another ×3. And I really hope this shows the damage on here. This should be bananas. Whoop. And you want to cover up that area. And we're going to make this all black. Board goes boom. 173 down to 158 million. I'd say he's meta relevant. That went a little slow because I'm talking. But it's turn 1. There's no cascade risk. Can we say he's back to being a top striker in the game? And keep in mind, this is what I was saying, this is with just a class advantage. But even without, let's take our black plate and change that over to a rainbow. We're not going to physically do that, but we're trying to figure out how do we get there from where we're at now. Okay, we had a class advantage, so take away the class advantage, and what can we do better? What is his Bradshaw? And I say, what can we do better? We just did 158 million, right? But how can we get better? 100% to 200, all the way up to 200%, over 40%. Automatically, a minimum of 60% better. So big numbers there. Then we can, of course, going up a hype tier, but eventually we're all going to be going, tier versus tier with hype 4s. we can gain another 200%, which is going to be a times 2 multiply equivalent by going to the Rainbow Cross Break. Oh, I'm sorry, X Break. X Break. So if we do this and put this bad boy on there, then we've got basically a times 2 higher, which means that we are, I'd say, pretty damn close to what we just hit with a class advantage against any class. Your only reversal for this is going to be anybody that does X breaks, which is this month's characters, and then our multiply people. So your what was that? Boss Man, Trickster Austin, and there's one more, but we're already starting to see less Boss Man. Most people don't run Austin with the reversal in there. He's just better without it. So very few people to reverse him. And then you've got these stupid strong links. And what do I mean by stupid strong? 300% if you tag him with useless, but what's his name? Farouk. Unfortunately, Farouk is not as exciting to see, but it is what it is. You just tag him with Farouk, and you get an additional 300%, which is like adding another 3 to the multiply gems. If you don't like that and you just want to go for MP, then plus 5 MP, it's almost like having a gear. If you just tag with anybody from the Ministry of Darkness, that could be Showboat Taker, Viscera, which is a newer one. There's a bunch of those that you could tag with. And check this out. We're going to go back into the showdown. And you say, well, how do I figure out who is all in the Ministry? Because I was 2 years old during the Attitude Era. Not a problem. Go to battle. In here, we're going to go to replace. And where we have available, we're going to hit that drop down and we're going to click links. We see the Acolytes has got Farouk and only Farouk, because that's who the Acolytes were, them two. Ministry of Darkness. Let's be honest, there's only 2 other people that we could really work with here, and that's going to be the Farouk and then Undertaker. Well, I'm sorry, Undertaker and Viscera outside of Farouk. Phenom did get a rework. I can't remember if... Yeah, so a lot of people have him at 6-star gold because of his rework month. So there is that. There's an easy guy to have in that slot. Attitude Era, we're not worried about that link status. So definitely take a look at old JBL. I was curious with hype, and then I've been wanting to test this ever since the X-Break plates came out. I went ahead and put the black one on him because of how much damage we had just saw instead of the rainbow. My rainbow is being saved for my PG Acro Punk. So it's one of those, both of them hit stupid. It just so happens that Acro Punk, I prefer 2 clicks and a swipe versus having to use a third move. And so we're looking at rainbow, needing rainbow. JBL, we're focused toward the black, so the black is 300% is plenty. Really strong character that many of us got for an oopsie box. What was that, for the 7th anniversary? When they did the boxes and they were all hyped up. The rest of us, have been having him a little while longer. He's kind of come and gone through the game. He's been really, really strong through the 6-star bronze and 6-star silver meta. I want to say he came out toward the end of the 6-star bronze, beginning of the 6-star silver meta. I could be wrong. It could have been just 6-star silver, but he was the striker for the longest time, and he's back. He did really well this year as far as 2 new moments and a new plate to really bring him into the 6-star gold meta with a vengeance. Check him out. He is fun to use.